Hello, welcome to a very curious place. Let's try this again since it's actually sunny outside right now and oddly enough not raining. We are doing Halloween Horrorfest, which is every day for the month of October. Now, this is day one. Now, day one is the Legend of Bailey's Light. Now, a small area between the towns of West Columbia and Angleton, Texas, on Highway 35, there is an area known as Bailey's Prairie. Now, Bailey's Prairie has always been known for spiritual activity, and it has kind of an interesting history. The area is named after a man known as James Britton Bailey. Now, James Britton Bailey was born in North Carolina in 1779. He moved from North Carolina to Kentucky, where he actually served on the state legislature. He had a bit of a bad reputation when he was in Kentucky on the state legislature, and in fact was prosecuted for forgery. From Kentucky, he moved to Tennessee, where he fought in the War of 1812. James Britton Bailey married very young. With his first wife, he had 6 children. After she passed, he married her sister, and they proceeded to have another 5 children. Now, after the war was over, in Tennessee, they moved to Texas. Once in Texas, they settled in the area that is now known as Brazoria County, and more importantly, Bailey's Prairie. The land initially, as most people I'm sure know, the area of Texas was initially Mexican territory. It was part of Mexico. But back in those days, it was actually under the control of the Spanish government. So James Britton Bailey actually bought his land from the Spanish government. However, when the Mexican government won their independence from Spain, they refused to acknowledge James Britton Bailey's claim on the land. In addition to that, that was around the same time that Stephen F. Austin and the first 300 settlers came to the area, and to what area was called, to the area that was called the Austin Colony at the time. Stephen F. Austin actually ordered James Britton Bailey to get off the land, but James Britton Bailey refused to leave his land. He wasn't going for anything. Now, eventually, even though James Britton Bailey and Stephen F. Austin did not like each other, Stephen F. Austin did finally acknowledge James Bailey's claim to the land. After that, James Britton Bailey actually served as the captain of his local militia and even pledged his allegiance to the Mexican Constitution as a loyal Mexican citizen. Not long after that, James Britton Bailey was something of a troublemaker. In fact, when he died, people actually claimed that they thought he died of meanness, when in fact he actually died from complications from cholera. But upon his death, James Britton Bailey had some interesting clauses in his will. The clauses included the fact that he wanted to be buried standing up, facing west, with his shotgun at his side and his jug of whiskey at his feet. Now, herein lies the problem and where the spiritual activity and the legend comes from. Apparently, there are 2 different beliefs. One belief says that James Britton Bailey, during the process of his burial, the men that were handling it actually stole the whiskey. So he was buried without his whiskey. Now, another train of thought says that, and this was the one that I heard when I was growing up, was that when he was being buried, his wife basically stated that she was not going to send him to see the Lord with whiskey, and that he'd had it with him long enough, and that was that. And so she took the jug of whiskey away and threw it into a field. Either way, James Britton Bailey did not get buried with his jug of whiskey as he wanted. And the legend says that on dark nights, you can see a light roaming the prairie, and that light is James Britton Bailey out searching for his lost jug of whiskey. There have been stories that claim that the light suddenly appears and disappears, even rushes towards the road and then vanishes, and some people have even said that the light chased their car as they drove through. I myself have never seen the light when I'm driving through Bailey's Prairie after dark. I've looked for it, and I had hopes of seeing it, but I never actually saw it, sadly. But many people have, and to this day, everyone, when they drive past and drive through Bailey's Prairie, they actually do keep an eye open for Old Man Bailey and his light, forever searching for his lost jug. So, I hope you enjoyed day 1 of the Halloween Horror Fest. If you ever get down to Brazoria County and you just happen to be over close to West Columbia or Angleton, look for Highway 35. Go find Bailey's Prairie. See if you can see Old Man Bailey's light after dark. And if you can, let me know. I'd love to hear the story. Day 2 will be coming, and day 2 of the Halloween Horror Fest will be all about Slender Man. As always, much love from Auntie in a very curious place. Stay spooky, sweeties.